Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. That was quite a trip from the Netherlands to Aruba. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rob from DroneHouse Netherlands. DroneHouse Netherlands recently become a European distributor for SwellPro. DroneHouse Netherlands wanted to review the latest drone from SwellPro, which is the SplashDrone 4. We of course are no reviewers or no video editors, but it seems like a good idea for us just to demonstrate and test almost every option SwellPro has to offer for the SplashDrone 4. We're going to test the GC3-S, which is the 4K high resolution camera, 3-axis, stabilized. The payload release mechanism is going to be tested. We're also going to test the low light camera, which is the GC3-S, and we're going to test the GC3-T, which is the thermal camera of SwellPro, available for the SplashDrone 4. I'm very excited about testing that version also in thermal. We're going to test the boat mode, the extension pole, and I think this place, Aruba, might be a very good place to test the extension pole. We're going to test the boat mode. We're also going to test other things like the Powerflip, crash it into the water, and also this water sample taker. This might be getting a long video, so I've made an index below, so if you directly want to skip to the part which might be interesting for you, feel free to skip to the part for you. Otherwise, just sit back and enjoy the video. Well, that's it, let's get started. We start with the remote controller for the SplashDrone 4. Standardly it comes with a holder for the smartphone, but we now also have available a holder for your tablet. Okay, we have let's go through all the buttons. You have here gear up, gear down, auto mode. That's for it's not available for the SplashDrone 4. I think this might be a future reservation for any new upcoming model which they have reserved this button for. We have here GPS ADI custom mode. In GPS mode the drone is supported by GPS, so it stays in its place, locked in its place. ADI mode, it will not use GPS, so it's not supported by GPS, so it floats with the wind. Custom is adjustable. Standardly it's on sport mode, but you can adjust it in the SplashDrone 4 app. Of course, your control buttons, the payload button for releasing your payload, for example your fish bait. Boat mode is to enable the boat mode. We're going to check that and use that later. The smooth mode for the yaw, we're going to do that as well. This is for activating the smooth mode. If you're in your regular flight mode and you press this button, then you can yaw it with these buttons. Follow me mode. This means that the drone is going to follow the remote controller. We're going to do some testing for this feature later in the video as well. Of course, turn off and turn on button. Return to home when the drone is far away and you want to have the drone return to your location. You can press and hold this button. Quite unique with the SplashDrone 4 compared, for example, with other drones like DJI, is that the return to home is dynamic. So it goes to the GPS coordinates of your remote controller. So, for example, when you're on a boat and you have moved up from your place where you have started the drone. It will go to your location where you're at that moment. So that's pretty cool. You have also the normal and smooth mode for the roll. This button is for the roll if you have activated that. This is the gimbal mode button to change your gimbal mode if you prefer that. Personally, I don't change this, but it's up to you. The payload yeah, on the SplashDrone 4 it has no use, because for the payload dropper you can use this button, the left one, so might be a future reservation. Okay, and then the drone itself. The antennas are adjustable. When you're flying close to the water, then it's better to place the antennas upwards, and if you fly high, then it's better to stay them down. I noticed myself that when I tried the Powerflip for myself for some testing, that when you have the antennas upwards and you have your drone upside down in the water, the antennas are also in the water, and then the distance from the remote controller and the drone is pretty short to react, because of course the antennas are in the water. These batteries are pretty powerful for the SplashDrone 4. They're just below 100 watt, I believe 97 point something watt, and yeah, that's good, because yeah, you can take them along with your hand luggage in the airplane. So I was able to take with me 2 spare batteries. Yeah, so when you insert it to the SplashDrone 4, make sure that you firmly press it all the way in, because otherwise you get this no smart battery notification on your remote controller. So always check if it's inserted. Also check the cover if there is any sand or dirt, because otherwise you might get water leakage in it. And lock it with this lever. And then the propellers, you have counterclockwise and you have clockwise. Make sure you have the propellers corresponding installed. Clockwise, counterclockwise. So also when you're installing the propellers, you can see this dot. If it's on the locking icon, then you know your propeller is locked in place. So, okay, we're going to do some test flying now. Turn on the remote control first, and then the drone by pressing short, and then hold it, and you see that it's turned on by the light bleeping. Well, we traveled quite a long distance, so we're going to recalibrate the compass. Okay. Right, let's see what it does in the water. There's quite some waves, so I'm a bit curious how it's going to handle in the waves. Okay, still floating. Well, it seems to be no problem. All right. Pretty good. Let's drop it in the sea again. Okay, as you can see, the antennas were on the water, and then the connection was interrupted, and then it automatically returns to home. Well, I have control again, so I can interrupt return to home by pressing and holding the return to home button. Okay, let's do a power flip. All right, it's turned upside down now. Okay, you can do a power flip by holding the two control buttons inwards. And as you can see, and now start the engines again by pressing the control buttons inward and lift off. Nice. Okay, as you can see, the gimbal extension bar is installed. It's pretty wet already because I already did one flight. The boat kit is installed. It's very solid. So I am going to start it up in my hand because I'm not sure what the resistance of the water is doing with the calibration of the camera. So yeah, I prefer to start it up just in the hand, but I will not taking off out of the hand because these blades are really sharp. I don't want to cut myself. So yeah, I'm going to start it up in the hand. Try to hold it as steady as possible for the calibration. All right. Seems that it is done. Okay. Okay, let's wait till there is a connection, and then I'm going to drop it in the water and take off from there. Okay. I have my recording device in my pocket. That's also not waterproof, so I have to be careful with that. Okay, is this deep enough? Let's see. Yeah, this is good. All right. Let's start it up. Okay, it's now in boat mode. It's not yet in boat mode. I think I have to hold it. Now it's in boat mode. Okay, the controls are... Let me check it the camera. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, the controls are different than, of course, with flying. The right control stick is for going forward, and if you press backwards it doesn't do anything, so it's only for forward, and also left and right is not responding. So the right control stick is really for going forward, and the left stick is for controlling the angle. So it's a little bit like an RC wagon, but then on water. Let's see if we can find some fish. Okay, let me tilt the camera a bit. Just like this. And I'm just going to search around a little. Well, and when you think, all right, there's a better spot over there, just put it in normal mode. And take off. And go to the location where you want to where you want to float. And carefully go in the water again. Okay, and then press it in boat mode again. This is pretty cool. Okay, having it in normal mode now. As you can see, tilting the camera. Flies pretty solid still with the additional payload. You can see that the engines are pretty strong. Okay. Boat mode. You can make fast turns too.
Alright, so that's it for now. This was the part 1 of the SwellPro test of all the products. In the beginning of the video I mentioned that it will be going to be a very long video due all the tests, but I've decided to make a separate video of all the products. So next week we'll be testing the new thermal camera from SwellPro, which is the GC3-T. So yeah, if you would like to see more, please consider to like and subscribe our channel, and we will bring some more nice videos from drones, especially SwellPro. So yeah, see you next week.